All right, today's the day. IK Multimedia, aka TONEX, just announced that they are releasing in February an online editor for the pedal. This has been one of the biggest requests in the community. I've wanted this. It's going to make things so much easier. So let me just kind of talk through what's coming, get your input, kind of share some pros and cons, what I think might be coming in the future. Hopefully they may add. Let's look at it together.
Introducing TONEX Editor, the new all-in-one software librarian and editor application that gives you complete control over TONEX One and TONEX Pedal. A redesigned GUI supports previous library presets and folders, and features adaptive resizable windows.
Resizable windows. That's awesome. Cool. I love it. I do love that because I'm on like a widescreen thing here. Wow, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm on like an ultra wide and I like to move things around as I'm working. Just helps with my workflow. Cool little update there. And they just said it's a combined, it's all-in-one librarian, which is what it's been before, but now it's an editor.
A double column view for a more efficient workflow. Intuitive control.
Okay, I love this. You see here it says hardware library, software library. It was so confusing before to know what I was doing, especially if you were new to the pedal itself, you're plugging up and you've never messed with TONEX software before. It wasn't very intuitive. Now you can see I'm messing with the hardware. I'm messing with the software. All these things can go over here. That is huge for workflow. Let me go back a little bit. It does look like it's organized really well. You can go to your presets, your tone model, or if you want ToneNet stuff. And it looks like they kind of had some of this stuff over here on the side before. So it just looks like they cleaned it up a little bit, which I appreciate.
Display both hardware and software.
So it looks like there used to be 3 up here. Now there's 2 tabs, editor and librarian. Okay, so the librarian, you can just pull things over where you want them. You can see your pedal, the banks, then you just pull things over. Cool.
This allows you to quickly load any selected tone model or preset from the software library into the designated slot of the hardware library. This is helpful for auditioning tone models and presets on the pedal using the arrow keys.
See, that's great. This whole hardware library, software library, being able to see the presets, the tone models, trying to learn just the lingo of their ecosystem. I think this is going to help clarify a lot of things.
The editor allows real
This is the exciting part.
control over all parameters of your TONEX One or TONEX pedal. Connect your pedal, then select the editor tab to access the controls.
Okay, so before we had this editor, you could mess with the stuff, but it wouldn't like update it on the pedal automatically. It was just you were just shaping something, and then you had to put it on the pedal, and you could go try it with your device or however you play through it, and it may sound different. So then you go hook back up and like, oh, I want to take a little bit of this away. Now you can just do it in real time. Look at that, beautiful.
Selecting a block allows you to edit every parameter for that block and instantly hear the changes on the pedal. You can change the tone model or cab, including custom IRs and VIR cabs in real time.
Have you ever messed with the VIR cabs? I haven't until like just maybe a month ago. I've had this for over a year and they're pretty good. It's kind of fun to play with. If you're looking for a specific tone, you can just slide these little microphones around. It's pretty cool. And you can blend them. Awesome.
From the hardware,
I mean, it's just even better that you can do this in real time now.
the straightforward drop-down menu allows quick access to tone models on the hardware memory, sorted by tone model type and character.
Okay, the organization is much better this time. The fact that's right in the middle, it's front and center. You can just grab what you want. It's so good. Even the buttons, like the little knobs, like with line 6, Helix did these long, what do you call those? Sliders. And that's not very intuitive for people who are used to turning knobs. The sliders I've become accustomed to in the Helix world, but having knobs just feels more intuitive, especially if you're not coming from Helix.
Select the library button to open a floating tone model library window. You can position it next to the hardware library.
See, that's cool. So like with this big screen, I could be looking at 2 different things at once. I could look at the editor and the librarian at the same time. I mean, that's like a little detail. You're like, oh, okay, cool. No, that's awesome for workflow.
To customize
Cool.
your pedal further, you can
Okay, I saw this right here. macro assignment, macro parameter, amp model volume, value state A, value state B. I want to know more about this. Is this like you're gonna be able to hit the switch like on the big pedal, like on the TONEX 1, you can on off or you can A B, but you're just A Bing between two different captures or two different states of the same capture. Is that what this is? What is this? Like your compression threshold? It sounds like you might be able to the same capture, but two different states of it. I don't know. We can already do that, but what is this macro assignment? I want to know more. I need to know more.
Macro assignments, BPM behavior.
And then yes, this was already in there. You could decide if you want the BPM to be global or per preset. So like if a preset was a song, you can go to the next preset for a different song, different BPM. You can tap it in. That's good. Ooh, the input trim. It's good. I mean, this update came a while back where you could actually go on the editor or the librarian to fix the input trim of the pedal. That was great because 8.5 is a little high for some of my guitars. I mean, sometimes I put it at 0, sometimes I put it below, like negative 2.5 for my Revolta, which is in the shop and it should almost be done getting fixed. I just had to have it set up and everything, and the switches were kind of bugging out. Anyways, I'm excited to get that guitar back. So all this stuff has been there before. All right, so the editor is the big news. That's going to be the thing that helps everybody the most. I think those are the most complaints. Thank you so much. Now, some other interesting things. Right now, one of the main benefits of going full TONEX versus just the TONEX 1 is that you have way more controls. And you have all these buttons you can turn on and off, or you can turn, you click this one on, click this one on. But that what was it called? The macro settings? Is that going to be where it's like A, B, C, D, E, F? Like on and off? State A, state B? That might not be what it is. But I don't think you can do that on the pedal now. If you can, then I've been missing out. I didn't know that. But if that's coming, that would be cool. That's something to think about. That would give you more access to more things when you're on each bank, which would just be amazing. The floating library window and the being able to see both things at the same time, knowing whether you're adjusting things on the pedal or the software itself. That's awesome. And the beta version isn't even out yet. I asked for it, so hopefully I can get it a little sooner and see how it actually works. But we'll see, and I won't be able to know what we're going to want, what is lacking until we try it. But everything seems really too good to be true. Not too good to be true, just good. It's what we've wanted. Some things I will be looking for is they added effects a while back. And I don't think this software, the editor is not going to have anything to do with this. And it might just not be possible with the hardware itself. But when you're being two different sounds, like on the TONEX 1 here, maybe I have the same amp set up, but I have delay and reverb because, they added those effects, delay, reverb, modulation. Maybe I have a super ambient one and I want to go to the next one. There is no spillover at all. So it kind of makes those effects not as usable for me as a worship guitarist, where that's usually my two settings. I have something that is super ambient and one that's just my normal tone. And then I run my overdrives into it. That's how I use it. And so without spillover, there's not even a workaround for it that I know of. With the Helix, there's no spillover either between presets, but there's a workaround with snapshots, or with the Helix itself, you can basically like turn off one of the DSP chips and turn your Helix into an HX stomp, but like 2 HX stomps, so there will be spillover. So they have solved the issue. I don't think they have yet, but maybe they will soon. They are, they're innovating, and I like it. I love TONEX. I love it, love it, love it. I love all the different captures you can try. If you want to help support the channel, you can try the captures that I've been using. I tried making my own, and I wasn't nearly as impressed as I was with the ones I hear from Alter Ampwork. So I was like, hey, do you guys have an affiliate program? They're like, yes, we do. I'm like, let me sign up for it because I love your sound. So if you want to go check them out, they have some free ones. You don't even have to spend any money. The Fender Blues Junior, and I think they have an AC-15 that you can try out for free. And that's what sold me. Honestly, that Blues Junior, I played a real Blues Junior for years, and it was exactly like it. And it's still one of my favorite tones. I know that's a cheap amp, but I love the way a Blues Junior sounds, especially if you blend it with some other amps as well. So if you're running two, I like blending them. The KC30, it's probably my go-to, definitely. So you can go check them out. Answer down below. What are you looking for? What are you hoping that this editor solves? What are potential things you're worried about? Let me know down in the comments. I will make more video content when I get my hands on it myself. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.